Okay, I'm coming back again. Sorry about that. My internet got all wonky, so I had to restart the live stream. But what I said before is that this style of weekly messages is going to be the exact same as last week, where each 3-card pick is independent of the other. So you can pick, whichever cards you want, but I am not going to be reading them together. I'm going to be reading them independently. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're hopping on Facebook while I'm recording this, you can jump on at any time and it'll still apply to you. So these cards are for money, abundance, career, finance, and so go ahead and focus on a card that's calling to you. Card number 1, declutter. You'll feel better and more focused if you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items, and be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. The other thing that's coming through is declutter your friendships and social groups. Sometimes that can also be a part of the clutter that can cause drains and prevent you from being able to manifest more abundance. Card number 2, take a divinely guided chance. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. So this is about tuning in, meditation, because you have to be able to listen to the divinely guided chance. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like this is 2 parts. It's listening to the messages and then, hearing them and moving forward with them. Okay, card number 3, ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins by asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. Okay, so making sure that you are just taking the time to ask for what you want. I was working with a client last week, and that was one of the big things that came up was, ask for what you want. Thank you for the likes, the thumbs up, the hearts. Hi, Linda. Okay, go ahead and focus on a card that's calling to you. If you have a question, go ahead and ask. Card number 1, Queen of Swords. So this is independence. Maybe you have an idea that you're pursuing. This also, the message that I'm getting from this is you might feel a little bit like an outcast this week, or a little bit like the black sheep. Especially because the Queen of Swords is all about independence and not really caring about what other people think. And so when you're able to do that either in a workplace or somewhere that has a strong culture, anytime you break outside of that, there's a risk of feeling a little bit ostracized or alone. And so just be gentle with yourself if that comes up for you this week, but keep moving forward. Don't, let this stunt you or prevent you from moving forward with everything. Card number 2, we have 10 of Swords. Okay, so this is, the phrase that's coming to mind is suffering is optional. That I don't know why that particular phrase is coming up, but if you are familiar with the myth of Sisyphus, it's all about, his punishment was being forced to push a rock up a hill for the rest of eternity. And so it's kind of like, even with the obstacles that we have, it's kind of like at a certain point if you release the control, if you release the perfect picture, then that can help you alleviate some of that pain or suffering. Okay, card number 3, 9 of Cups, make a wish, abundance. This is all about, this week you're really going to be getting what you want. Make sure you're stating what you want clearly. It's funny that it's sitting on top of ask for your needs to be met, because it's kind of like if you are taking the time to, you know, make a wish, ask God for what you want, whatever your process is, however you like to manifest, that's really coming up strong this week. So it's like good things are coming in this week, especially with that 9 of Cups right there. And then I got a new deck. I don't think you guys have seen this. I'm filming the December readings right now. And I use this deck in that. So, I don't think you guys have seen it yet, though. Okay, card number 1. 8 of Cups. So this is, what this looks like is taking a perspective from a few different vantage points. So it's kind of like the reason why this is coming through really strong is because there's a feather all the way out here. There's a feather all the way up close. And so it's just being able to shift your perspective in different ways so that you can get a full picture of what's going on. And so this week is really going to be calling you to take the time to step into other people's shoes, take a more cultured and worldly perspective on the things that you have going on around you. And this is like, beware of looking at things in black and white. Really, really watch yourself with that this week. Okay, card number 2, Knight of Cups. So this is you really being in tune with your emotions. You know, we have the new moon in Scorpio coming up on Friday. And so this is really about, you know, you're going to be doing some deep work emotionally. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's coming up, rising to the surface. And so there really is an opportunity for a lot of stuff to be healed. And so I'm reading this as a process that you're going through your own emotional healing. Okay, and card number 3, we have 7 of Wands. So this is, it's interesting. This reads a little bit like the Temperance card. So being able to find balance in your communication is what's coming through big time for this. It's all about being able to speak your truth, but you don't, it's a delicate balance between, okay, I'm going to be honest with people, I'm going to say the things I need to say without pushing a bunch of people away or making myself out to be so different or so abstract that it kind of pushes me out of the realm of being able to communicate with other people. So really finding that middle ground is going to be important this week. Okay, go ahead and focus on a card calling to you. Card number 1, the Sun. Okay, so this is vibrance, vitality, again, good things coming in. It's just about being able to enjoy yourself, almost having that childlike happiness and wonder is really coming through. So just being able to take some time this week to play, have fun, connect with friends, and just enjoy yourself. If there's something you feel like, ooh, that would be really fun, I would recommend going and doing it, because this is one of those things where you could see a streak of luck coming from playing, or, you know, you might stumble upon a good opportunity. Card number 2, we have Justice. So this is making decisions. This is kind of like you're making tough calls this week and really having to scrutinize what you're allowing in your space and what you are wanting to cut ties with. So these are big decisions, especially with that Scorpio energy really coming to a head. You know, that's all about death and rebirth, transformation, ruling the 8th house. It looks like that's going to be it's going to be a potent week for making big decisions. Okay, and card number 3, we have 9 of Pentacles. So abundance, prosperity, being able to look at everything that you have. This is where gratitude is really going to come in handy. In handy, I'm talking about that's going to magnify. If you focus on all of the things that you have already, it's just going to compound and compound and compound, which is what we all want. Hopefully you're not interested in being in lack. That's usually not fun. Okay, go ahead and focus in on a card calling to you. Card number 1, the Hanged Man. So there's a persistence of some type of feeling or situation that's happening. This isn't like a bad omen. I just want to be clear. I know that the imagery is kind of scary, but it's just about, you know, something is still kind of carrying over into this coming week. And the other thing that I get from this is the new moon is coming up big time. It looks, even though they say like the new moon is all about, you know, manifesting, asking for what you want, that's true. And in the same breath, you might have some of those emotional processes that are really coming to the surface for purging, even though it's a new moon. So just keep that in mind, that there's going to be some carryover, but this isn't a bad thing. This is just something that you're going to have the opportunity to heal. I actually really enjoy working with the Hanged Man. I think it's a great card to kind of reflect exactly what's going on and what needs to shift. Okay, card number 2, we have the Chariot, moving forward with something. This looks like you're moving forward with a project. So I'm getting a hit that this is something physical or tangible. This could also be a school project, a work project, something that you're just putting a lot of effort into. And you really, this is a lot of work in the 3rd chakra, really getting your motor going and pushing forward with your plans. Okay, card number 3, we have 7 of Pentacles. So this is planting seeds, being able to, you know, it's like you're playing the long game, right? So with the 7 of Pentacles, it's like, yes, you're planting all of these seeds with the intention that later on there's going to be a lot of benefit to all of the seeds that you've planted. You're going to be able to see all of the benefits of that. So just whatever you're looking to create, you want to make sure you're casting a wide net and really just doing as much as you can to, just cast a wide net, whatever that is, because the context is going to be different for everybody. So if you want a new job, put out a ton of job applications this week. Hi, everybody who's just jumping on. All of these are read independently, so you're welcome to go ahead and pick a card that's calling to you. Card number 1, 2 of Cups. Okay, so this is emotional connection with someone. This could also be, you know, if you're in partnership, deepening connection with your partner. This could also be a collaboration with somebody where you actually decide, okay, let's get together and figure something out, create something together. So it's just about, you know, really being able to come together with somebody and work things out. Okay, card number 2, we have Ace of Pentacles, so a new physical beginning. This is like the start of something. So, it's interesting. I'm getting that this is something that you've already initiated, but it may not have actually come up yet completely. So what I'm reading is that this isn't a new opportunity that shows up this week. This is something that you've already had plans and intentions to do. and it's just about kind of getting the ball rolling with that. So this looks like building a momentum with something that may not seem like it's officially started yet. Card number 3, we have Temperance. This is finding balance within your within whatever area of your life is out of whack, I would say. So if that's work and play, you know, make sure you're taking the time to have fun, enjoy yourself, think about how you can incorporate more balance into that area of your life. And then these are oracle cards, so a little bit different messages coming through, but go ahead and focus on the card that's calling to you. Okay, so we have fear, and this is just really having to confront some of these big, and this is like a deep healing work. This is really, really big work when you're confronting fear. It doesn't look like there's anything to be afraid of, because if you look at it, it's just like a shadow. It just looks like it's something within yourself that you're really afraid of. This could be limiting beliefs. This could be something that's coming from your past and you're just worried about a repeat situation. It doesn't look like the fear is real. It's just about, you know, having to confront this part of yourself, having to confront the shadow self, being able to see, okay, what's going on here, and kind of soothing that fear that's coming through for you. Kind of taking a nurturing approach to the fear is going to be really helpful. Card number 2, we have confirmation. So this is... you're going to be getting confirmation this week about something that's going well, or confirming your feelings about something, just confirmation about the stuff that you have going on in your space. Card number 3, we have solar plexus. This is control issues coming up big time, feeling like you want everything to go your way is going to be the big struggle this week. So what I would say is it doesn't have to be that way, but usually when we're doing work around the solar plexus, it's kind of like we need to loosen that up a little bit and make room for life to happen, and making that okay. This could also, the other thing I'm getting is that it might, there might be some feelings of being out of control. So wanting so badly to have control over something that you feel like is complete chaos, or that you can't get a grip on. So it's a good week to meditate, I would say. Really good week to practice some mindfulness, however that is for you, whether that be kickboxing or sitting in silence, whatever. All right, pick a card, any card. Card number 1, we have the Chariot making an appearance again. This is, you know, I don't know what's happening with the astrology right now, but I'm looking at this. I'm getting a strong Cancer reference from this card. That's coming up big time. So what I would recommend is, I know I've said this before, but like, go check out your natal chart. What's in Cancer, or what is going on in the astrology currently with Cancer? I don't keep up with astrology that well, but it's just about, yes, you moving forward with certain things, but then there's also a reference to what Cancer people do you have in your life, what is going on in your chart in like the 4th house in Cancer. You know, all of that stuff is worth exploring this week. And it just looks like you're charging ahead in a really positive direction overall. So, you know, whatever this is, it's like a good luck card. Like, you actually, this is a good thing to have show up with whatever you want to move forward with. Okay, card number 2, we have 5 of Swords. So it looks like you're kind of backing out of a situation a little bit like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave that behind, and I'm going to pack my things and go and just move on. So this is something that it looks really subtle. It doesn't look like a big to-do. It doesn't look like anything chaotic or destructive. It looks like it's just something that you need to trim the fat, so to speak. Okay, so card number 3, we have Ace of Pentacles. Again, this looks like something is being offered to you. So it could be financial in nature. There's a big coin in the middle. So it's all about, this has to do with what you've been asking for. So it looks like whatever you've been working on manifesting is really being delivered now. So keep your eyes peeled. And it's interesting because you might have a circumstance this week where you're like, oh, I was just talking about that. How funny that it actually showed up. So it's just kind of like this miraculous appearance of these manifestations that you may not have even realized you were manifesting. All right. Card number 1, the Magician. So we're coming back to manifestation, being able to create for yourself, being able to, you know, speak something into existence. So it's a really, it's a good time to sit and manifest, focus on what do you want. Constantly have that affirmation ready to go. Yeah, this also looks like it has to do with resources as well. So if you're looking for resources, make sure that you are just constantly asking for what you need. Okay, card number 2, we have the High Priestess. So again, this is a good time to tap into your own intuition, focusing on, you know, what exactly are you looking to get information about? If there is something that you don't really have the answers to, then it's a good time to take a step back. Perhaps you like to work with a practitioner or a psychic, whether you work with me independently or not. It might be a good week to contact that person, book a session so that you're able to kind of get clarity if you feel like you're too biased to receive information yourself, which I know that does happen from time to time. Okay, card number 3. Son of Swords. So this is, you're really planning ahead. I don't see this as like any action being taken yet. It's more about conceptualizing, looking at what exactly do you want to make happen and looking forward in that direction. Okay. This is the last deck that I'm going to be doing for this reading. I hope you guys have liked these weekly messages. Let me know if they resonate. Okay, so go ahead and pick a card. Card number 1, 5 of Wands. So this looks like there's definitely some combative energy. It looks like you might butt heads with somebody this week, or there's a little bit of conflict that's coming to the surface, and that's okay. I mean, in interpersonal relationships, you're going to have conflict no matter what. And so it's not one of those things that you can just wish your way out of. We're human beings. This is part of the learning process. So don't beat yourself up about the, you know, if there is some conflict that arises, I would just say, you know, like, go with the flow and do your best to communicate as best as you can and assert your needs as best as you can. Okay, card number 2, we have 9 of Wands. So this is really moving forward. If you're in partnership or if you're dating, this is moving forward with someone, being able to make things happen. Or if you're working on a project, this is you making things happen with that project, totally having, getting the ball rolling again, initiating again. It's kind of like you have your mojo back, basically. So good things are happening and you're moving forward. Even if it looks like this is coming out of a standstill, if that makes sense. So it's like if things were a little bit stagnant before, you're pushing forward again. That momentum is back. And card number 3, we have strength. So this is perseverance, kind of being able to wrangle the obstacles that are in your way, the fears that are holding you back, the limiting beliefs that you've been believing for a long time. All of that stuff you're just really getting a handle on. And so this is a really great thing to to see showing up, because it's all about you being able to break through those ceilings that you've created for yourself. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a really potent week for a lot of you. Like a lot of projects getting started. We have a lot of emotional work that's going to be done with the new moon in Scorpio. That's a really big time for transformation, really getting to the root of some emotional turmoil. That's what Scorpio is all about, is go deep, be intense, be deep, and heal and transform. So that is all I have for you this week. And just so you know, I am going to be, the December 2017 readings are coming out on the 15th. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And don't forget, if you're looking to work with me one-on-one, you're welcome to book a session. And if you'd like a single question reading, those are $10. I'm still doing those because people absolutely love them. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.